St. Texas.
The lighting is awful in this video. The sun keeps coming out and then it keeps going back in. So I don't really know how to balance it out. Howdy everyone, welcome to today's video. Okay, I'm not going to keep the cowboy facade up for the whole video. I had to do that for the intro. Do we know what day it is? I mean, it's not today. It's been out for a couple of days now. But today's video is addressing a Miss Beyoncé. Mama Beyoncé has released Act 2, Cowboy Carter. And we're going to unbox it today. I have done an unboxing of Act 1, so I'll link that down in the description box if you do want to go and watch that. I will just say, someone on that video actually commented for me to go and pre-order this because I missed the original release on her web store for Act 1. So whoever you are, thank you so much for commenting that because I would have completely missed it. I can't lie. Okay, I am going to take this hat off. Oh, by the way, I made this for the Renaissance tour and I wore it at the Renaissance tour and it was a slay. Yeah, anyway, I'm taking that off because it is actually quite heavy. Act 2, the second part to Renaissance by Beyoncé, Cowboy Carter. This album was released on the 29th of May, but I just got it in the mail yesterday, which was March 2nd. Today, March 3rd? Yeah, today's March 3rd. So I got it in the post yesterday because of Easter and everything, so the shipping was delayed. And I've had very mixed opinions about this album, so we're gonna unbox the vinyl and I'll talk about the album towards the end of the video. I'm not gonna lie, when she announced Act 2, I thought it was gonna be like a Renaissance, like sister to Renaissance, do you know what I mean? Actually not what I was expecting for Act 2, if I'm being completely honest. I thought it would be obviously like the same vibe as Renaissance, but no, I just wasn't expecting Cowboy Carter. But you know what? Now that I've listened to Renaissance and Cowboy Carter, it does make sense why Renaissance was Act 1 and this was Act 2. I have listened to the full album. I literally listened to it at midnight on the 29th of May. I wanted to, you know, be prepared to talk about it in today's video. I'm going to leave my opinions for the album towards the end of the video, so make sure you stay till then if you want to hear my thoughts on it. Let's just unbox the record. Here's what the front cover looks like. It is very similar vibe to Renaissance. So this is Renaissance, this is Cowboy Carter. So as you can see, very similar aesthetics. You can definitely tell they're part of the same, you know, album or act, if you will. Do we put Renaissance here? So here is a close-up of the Cowboy Carter front cover. I'm not gonna lie, I was very conflicted on what the album cover would be because when I pre-ordered this, it was just a black front cover and it just said Cowboy Carter Act 2. Very, very simple. So I was like, okay, they haven't released the album cover yet. But then on Spotify, it's her riding a horse. Like, here's what the album cover looks like on Spotify. It's her on like a regular horse and she's wearing like an American style cowboy outfit with a cowboy hat and long blonde hair. I thought that was going to be the album cover for the vinyl, but it's not. I think this is such a sick cover still, but I was just so like conflicted because you had that variation. I was like, oh, that's probably going to be the front cover. Then on each vinyl on her web store, they had a different half of a face. So they had her like blonde hair, like there was so many different variations. I was like, oh, maybe it depends on what colour vinyl that you get. So I was like, maybe that's it. I'm not 100% sure. As you can tell from the back cover, I got the cowboy cover because I was like, it just makes sense. Why would I not get Beyoncé with a cowboy hat on for Cowboy Carter? Do you know what I mean? This is what the hype sticker looks like. It says Act 2 Cowboy Carter. There's limited edition colour vinyl on 180 gram record, so that's pretty cool. Right, let's just get this opened. I'm not gonna lie, I did think this would be like a box set thing like this, but I guess this is because this is a collector's edition. I don't actually think they did a collector's edition for the... So I paid, what did I pay for this? I think I paid £35, £36. So kind of regular pricing, a little bit more on the pricey side. I do love how sleek just the black album cover is. I think it looks so cool. Here's a close-up of the cover without the factory seal on it, and then here is the back. And as you can tell, I got the cowboy back cover. It doesn't have the track list on the back cover. All it has is executive produced by Beyoncé Knowles Carter, and then it just has like the copyright thing. So there's no like album information on the front or the back. It doesn't even say Cowboy Carter on the front here, it just says Act 2. I mean, mind you, doesn't even have an album title on Renaissance. So the reason I'm comparing them between the two is because this is meant to be like a duo, like this is meant to be a series album. So hey, I have no idea what the gatefold looks like. So you're about to see. Ready? This is what the gatefold looks like. Is it good? Oh, wait, I was not expecting this. Oh my god, there's a QR code. I'm gonna scan that and see what that brings up. I really like the smoke Beyoncé though on this side. That's really cool. Okay, I was not expecting that. It's a lot more on the simple side, but I think designs like this do speak 1,000 words. Cool, okay, I was just not expecting that. I'm definitely gonna have to scan this QR code and find out what that is. So let me put a little insert video now. Okay, QR code time. On my iPad because I don't have a second phone. Okay, time for the QR code. Let's see. This has got to be like so cool. Okay, so what is on the QR code is literally just the track list of the album with the 27 tracks. I'm not gonna lie, I feel like they could have done a little bit more with that. Like, because it was made such a conscious effort to only put the QR code and graphic design, don't get me wrong, I really love this. I think this is really cool. The conscious design choice to put just the QR code there, I felt like they could have done a little bit more. Either had like some cool visuals or like had a video that played, you know, something like that. I feel like just having the track list, I mean, it's different, it's unique, you know, I've not seen a vinyl do this before. I don't know. I feel like with a QR code, there's so many opportunities, and I feel like if they did a video even, I felt that would have been really cool. Or, you know, even like Olivia Rodrigo, where she put in a bonus track on her album. Like, even if this was like a bonus track, you know, I thought that would have been a really cool idea. I don't know about tour plans, but if she's planning to go on tour again for this album, like, she showed like some blueprint plans for the tour, or like a video of her creating the album, you know, anything like that. I felt that would have been a really cool opportunity, especially because the vinyl are limited edition. I felt that would have been a really cool thing. I mean, this is not bad, but like, you just expect a little bit more. But yeah, it's not bad. It's still cool, and I do still like the QR code effect of it. Was the QR code cool? I can't tell you because at this moment in time I don't know what it has, but I hope it was cool. Okay, so initial appearance that I can see is it's blue on the interior, so I'm imagining whatever colour pressing you got, I think there was 4 or 5 variants, it's going to be that colour on the inside. So as you can tell, I got the blue pressing. I was conflicted between the white, the red and the blue, even though they're like the main colours that are available. But then I was conflicted with the white because the white and the black look really cool together. But then I was like, you know what? I don't actually think I have a dark blue pressing in my collection, so I want something different. It makes sense, you know, blue ivy, you know what I mean? So here's what the sleeve looks like. Oh, okay. Just a standard sleeve. And the pressing, ooh, it's I thought it would be opaque blue. Wait, that is a beautiful pressing. How bright that is. And the centre stickers are very cool. So here's the centre sticker on the second side, and then this is it on the first side. Oh, there you go, that's the right way. I really love this blue though. Oh, when you hold it up to light, that looks so... Can you see, like when you hold it up to light, that looks really cool. And then the second disc looks like this. Got a little saddle on one side, and then you have a microphone on the second. I really like this centre sticker, I think that's cool. The pressing is lovely. I thought it would be an opaque blue. Is there anything else on the interior? No. Okay, I'm assuming everything has got to be on the QR code. It's a very simple design. There's not too much going on. There's no like special poster. There's no, you know, photo cards, nothing like that. It's very, like, in the nicest way possible, bog standard in terms of what a vinyl should contain. So hopefully everything that is cool is on the QR code, which is, again, really sick in itself, because that's a really cool little, you know, it spices it up a bit, doesn't it? Okay, my thoughts on the album. Also, just before I say my opinion, just like I said, it is my opinion. If you love this album, that's great. If you hate this album, you know, that's cool. Everyone has their own tastes and interests in that. I've seen very mixed opinions of this on TikTok, on YouTube and stuff like that. So just so you know, this is my opinion. Please do not come for me. I'm a big Beyoncé fan. I saw her live, like, I've been wanting to see her live for years. She was on my bucket list. I love Beyoncé as an artist. She was so talented and everything. It's just my personal opinion. Let's put her here. So we have the 2 acts. My thoughts on the album. I can see the direction in which she's going. I'm not gonna lie, I was very shocked when I found out it was a bit of like a more country vibe. Like when she released the singles 16 Carriages and Texas Hold'em, I was a bit shocked. I can't lie. I was like, oh, this is very different to Renaissance. Do you know what I mean? So I was like, okay, maybe it's gonna be just a slight country twang to Renaissance. And it is, you know, I listened to the album, the whole, can I just say, it is a long ass album. It's actually an hour and like 18 minutes. That is a very long album. So I really appreciate the length of it. Now, some artists do like 30-minute albums, which, you know, is fine, but I love a good long lengthy album. So I very much appreciate the time and all the songs that Beyonce put on it. So thank you, Queen. It still has like sounds and like the synth notes of Renaissance in Cowboy Carter, but it is very much following that country genre. Now, is it my favourite Beyonce album? No, it is definitely not one that I would typically voluntarily listen to. Am I going to spin this record much? I actually don't think I will, like, too much. I can appreciate it for what it is. I can appreciate it falling under the country, as many people will tend to disagree with that statement. I can appreciate it falling under the country genre, or at least, you know, the attempt at country, as some people would say. You know, Beyonce's from Houston, Texas. Like, of course it would be a country vibe album. Why wouldn't it be? The thing is, she's got such a big reputation, and like, she's an iconic woman in the music industry. Why wouldn't she try different genres? You know, Taylor Swift has tried all sorts of genres. She did country. She literally did a country album, like, as her first album. So just because an artist starts out as a certain genre, why do they have to stick to it? Do you know what I mean? Like, she is completely free and open, and I'm glad that she's done, you know, what she wants to do, and she has done something a little bit different that people wouldn't overly expect. The reason I'm comparing Cowboy Carter and Renaissance together is because, you know, it is meant to be like a series album. You know, this is act 1, this is act 2. If she wanted them to be completely separate projects, and then she wouldn't have named them a different act, you know? Out of the two, I definitely prefer act 1. I just absolutely love Renaissance as an album. I think it is iconic. Hearing it live was absolutely incredible. I love the like 2000s influences, and there's loads of different songs that are influenced. I can't remember like off the top of my head, but there's so many artist influences in Renaissance, and I listen to Renaissance weekly. Like, it's always on my playlist. I'm always playing it. But that doesn't discredit Cowboy Carter. Like, Cowboy Carter is good in its own way. It's just not my personal favourite. But am I still going to buy the record and support Beyonce and keep her in my collection? Of course I am, because I'm a Beyonce fan. Now, let's move on to my favourite songs of Cowboy Carter. Obviously, when I said when I first listened to it, it was midnight. Literally, I listened to it the minute it came out. I listened to the first half at midnight, and then I listened to the rest the next day because I was like, I was too tired. I did actually note down my favourite songs from the album because it, like I said, it's an hour and 18-minute album. Like, it is a chunky album, so I definitely needed to note down what my favourites were. While I wait for Spotify to download, comment down below which act you prefer and why. I really am intrigued to hear. What are your thoughts on Cowboy Carter? Do you prefer it to Renaissance, or do you think Renaissance is, you know, the OG? Like, you guys tell me your thoughts, because like I said, I've heard so many mixed opinions on TikTok and like social media and stuff like that. Like, loads of people have either loved it or hated it. I think hate is a very harsh word. I would not say I hate the album. It's just, it's not one that I would typically reach for. It's a good album. It's good, you know? Okay, right. My favourites. A lot of the songs, even if they weren't added to my liked playlist, I still really appreciated them. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing about music. Like, you can interpret it different ways. If it connects to you, it connects to you. You can interpret the message of it. That's what I love about music. It's so versatile. So there's no really right or wrong way to enjoy music. It's just, you know, your taste. So I thought American Requiem, I think that's how you say it, was a really good intro, and it did kind of take me a bit off guard. Wasn't it a bit gospel? I think it definitely set the tone of the album, and that's why I was so flabbergasted when I first heard it. I was like, oh my god, we're actually like going down the full country route. Obviously I like 16 Carriages. I thought that's a good song. I think, unpopular opinion, I think I preferred it to Texas Hold'em. Can't lie. Bodyguard is one of my favourites. That is definitely in my top 3 favourites on the album. Bodyguard, really, really, really like that. I liked her cover of Jolene. Like, I thought that was a really cool little addition to add, especially because Dolly Parton is literally the queen of country. Like, I thought that was a really nice little like nod in the album. 2 Most Wanted I really loved. Levi's Jeans with Post Malone. Desert Eagle I thought was really great. Riverdance. Two Hands to Heaven. Two Hands to Heaven is one of my favourites. Again, I think top 3. Sweet Honey Buckin'. They are my favourites on the album. Top 3, Bodyguard, Levi Jeans, and Two Hands to Heaven, I think, are my top 3 on the album. So yeah, that's it for this little short unboxing. Again, let me know your opinions on Cowboy Carter in the comment section. I'd love to know. And if you are new to the channel, please don't forget to subscribe because it really helps me out a lot and I'll be able to bring you guys a lot more vinyl unboxings in the future. Also comment down below any albums that you want me to order to do a review on. Also, if you did get Cowboy Carter, what pressing did you get? Let me know. Thank you so much for watching and I'll see you guys next time with a brand new video. Bye!